Hi, this is Phyllis. Welcome back to my channel. Today's project is going to be the easiest necklace ever, where we make a base and then we drape in it. We do an inside drape and make it a little blingy. If you like what you see, stay tuned for my materials list and we will get started. The materials for today's project are 8mm Druck beads, and the color that I'm using is copper luster. I'm using some 8x4 bicone beads, and these are the topaz color. I'm using some 2mm bicone crystals, and they are the crystal AB color. I'm using just a very few size 11 seed beads, and the color is gold line frost crystal. Of course, I'm using wire guardians. These are stainless steel. I'm going to use a stainless steel toggle clasp. I'm using this 2mm crystal clear beading wire. My flat nose pliers for flattening the end of that beading wire, my fireline scissors, my bead board, of course, and one beading needle. So you're going to use about 2.5 to 3 yards of the beading thread, because it's going to be one continuous pass. That includes the reinforcement of the strands and everything. So if you like what you saw at the beginning in my intro, get your materials together, gather them all up, and we will get started making the easiest necklace ever. I'm going to begin the project with my wire guardian. I'm going to pass my needle up into the one hole of the wire guardian, which I've already done, and I'm just going to pass it around to this second hole and bring it down and make sure that this thread rests in the horseshoe, and I'm going to pick up the largest part of my toggle and let that slide into the wire guardian. And once I let that happen, I'm going to pinch my guardian. And don't worry about the colors, because the way we're going to do this necklace is we're going to weigh it down in the front so that your toggle is just going to be on the back of your neck. I cannot wear anything but 14 karat gold and stainless steel findings on my skin. It's getting worse and worse. And what I'm going to do here, once I have my guardian on here, I'm going to make a knot. Tie that on there good, and make another knot. Just pass it through one time. And squeeze it there nicely. And what we're going to try to do is just keep the thread right there in the middle of the guardian, and it should work well. It should work fine for staying out of the way of the holes of the guardian. We don't want to clog up the holes of the guardian, because we're going to go through it more when we add on our beads. So what I'm going to do now is, and I've taken the liberty of stringing on the whole package of these pressed beads. There end up being 55 of them, which is perfect. It will go around my neck fine, and I'm making a choker length necklace. And now that I've got the one end of the clasp on the one side, what you'll do is you'll just string the length of beads that you want for your necklace and put the other side of the clasping on. And you don't need to watch me do that. You just watch me put that other side on with the largest part of my toggle. So I'm going to turn off my camera and I'm going to do this side, and I'm going to turn the camera back on after I get it done. I added my second part of my clasping onto this side of my thread, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pass my needle back into the whole line of these pressed beads until I get to the other side. And once I get to the other side, then I'll show you how to position to make your inside draping of the easiest necklace ever. So we're going to, as soon as I finish reinforcing this side, this whole length of my necklace, then I'll pop the camera back on and we will continue from there. You don't want to choke your beads. You want them to be nice and tight, but you don't want there to be any gaps. And we will get down to the other side, reinforce this side of the clasp, and come out of this third bead here going in this direction. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to reinforce this side, reinforce my clasping, and exit coming out of this third bead here. I went ahead and reinforced my string of beads, my wire guardian, and I passed my needle back into these top 3 beads. And while you weren't looking, I strung on 3 size 11 seed beads and more. So this is what we have, and this is going to be the inside draping of this necklace. So I strung on 3 size 11 seed beads, a 2mm bicone, and 3 of my 8x4s, and a 2mm and 3 8x4s. And that's how I kept going until I got to the other end, where I ended with a 2mm and 3 of my seed beads. And I'm going to pass my needle up into the third bead on this side, and I'm going to reinforce this side of my clasping. What you want is a complete inside draping of your beads. You don't, and mine is a choker length, and I have it so that it's not going to choke me. It's just going to be the inside draping of this 8mm base here. And I'm going to go ahead and reinforce my wire guardian, and then I'm going to come down and I'm going to reinforce the center. The inside drape. It's not holding the weight of the necklace, but these 8x4s are they're pretty sharp, and I don't want my thread to be compromised with just passing the thread through them one time. So I'm going to reinforce all the way across down to the other side, and if I can, reinforce my wire guardian again and start tying some 1/2-inch knots into my 8mm. And you don't have to watch me do that. If you need me to do that, you'll be able to send me a message right on this video to let me know that you need me to do that, and I will make a video just for you. So what I'll do is I'll do all of my reinforcements and I'll pop back on when I'm done, and I will show you my finished project. Here we are. The easiest necklace ever. The double draped bling in the front, and it looks awesome around the neck. I've made another one that I didn't use these 8x4 crystals. I used just 4mm crystals on the inside, and I wore this one to church on Sunday, and it just stayed just like that. Because I weighed it down in the center, my toggle clasp never moved, and it just laid perfectly, and it sat still right up under the right inside of my blouse, and it was nice, and so it was a wonderful thing. So this is the easiest necklace ever. That's why I made another one in a different color. Maybe I'll wear this brown one here to church on Sunday. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. But anyway, I'd like to thank you for hanging out with me, making the easiest necklace ever. I hope you liked the project, and I'll see you the next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.